Hello and welcome to this educational video on the forced enslavement of indigenous people by European colonizers. Today we will explore the true atrocities that occurred during this time period, shedding light on the often untold history of those who suffered at the hands of the colonizers. We will examine the role of the Catholic Church, including the Pope, and how Christianity was forced upon the native people. We will also highlight the choices the native people were left with, as well as the lasting impact of these events. Let's begin with the role of the Catholic Church, specifically Pope Nicholas V in 1452. He authorized King Alfonso V of Portugal to invade, capture, vanquish, and subdue all Saracens and pagans, to reduce their persons to perpetual slavery and take away all their possessions and property. This gave Christian colonizers the right to take everything from non-Christians encountered, effectively forcing them to convert to Christianity or face enslavement. This ruling was carried out with brutal force, and those who were captured were subjected to harsh working conditions and brutal treatment. One of the most shocking examples of this forced enslavement occurred in the Americas, with the arrival of Christopher Columbus in 1492. Columbus and his men took native people as slaves and transported them back to Europe. This became a lucrative business, with slaves often changing hands between owners. Many slaves were branded on their faces and bodies with the initials of their owners, leaving them with permanent marks of their enslavement. The Spanish conquistadors who followed in Columbus's footsteps continued this practice of forced enslavement. In Mexico, the natives were subjected to the encomienda system, which required them to provide tribute to the colonizers in exchange for protection. This often led to raids on tribes and villages, with those captured being considered rebels and immediately dispatched in the vessels of Columbus's fleet, to be sold as slaves in Spain. The Spanish also forced native people to work in the mines, subjecting them to dangerous working conditions and harsh treatment. The native people had little choice in these matters, as they were often subjected to violence and intimidation. Those who resisted were often killed or subjected to further punishment. The impact of this forced enslavement was devastating, with many native populations being decimated by disease, war, and forced labor. In conclusion, the forced enslavement of indigenous people by European colonizers was a tragic and brutal chapter in history. The role of the Catholic Church, including the Pope, cannot be ignored in these events, as they played a significant role in justifying and legitimizing these actions. The legacy of this history is still felt today, with many native populations continuing to suffer the effects of this past trauma. It is important to continue to shed light on these events and work towards healing and reconciliation for all those impacted by this dark period in history. Thank you for watching, and please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more educational content.